I think Paradox finally fixed a few of these rewards. Knowledge is power. Hello, every Timothy, and welcome back to a bit of Hearts of Iron 4, where today we're checking out a mod I've allegedly played before. So sent me an email saying that I tried this mod out like 5 years back or something. I couldn't find anything on the channel, so I'm not too sure if I have played it or not, but it did seem pretty interesting from the brief they put in the little message, which was essentially, what if nobody won WW1? Yeah, the mod is Stalemate, a frozen conflict, and it is kind of, I guess, similar to another mod that's about a frozen conflict known as Red Flood. But I think this one's more grounded and, you know, taken their normal pills. Now, from the email they said the original mod was taken down and not worked on, but somebody has picked it back up and it is now in development, which is pretty cool to hear. But there's some of the content from the original like 5 years ago is still in, whereas there is new content for nations in Iberia for some reason. And I don't really particularly feel like playing in Iberia today, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick somebody else I find interesting. We have a pretty interesting looking world out there, you know, a lot of big changes to the map, and I've got great news. Something in South America has changed. Look at the Paraguay border. It's straight as an arrow. But, you know, I guess more importantly, Braun, put the rat on screen. Wow, look at that. Right now, you gotta hit the like button. Okay, so I'm looking around, and what's really coming and drawing to my attention here is definitely the Soviet Union, because the revolution did not go 100% to plan. Unless the plan was just to hang out in Siberia with some guy called Trotsky, then the plan went perfectly fine. Okay, so the Soviet revolution apparently did not go too well. I mean, well enough that we're still on the map, but not well enough that we're currently not in Moscow. Now, a big focal point of the mod is a lot of the powers in Europe that were fighting in World War I actually are now kind of aligned against the rise of radicalism. And I don't know if you know this, but I think I technically may count as one of those radicals, but I am afraid of Stalin, because yeah, Trotsky, whilst he is in power, is having to worry about the Stalinists still, who, funnily enough, led by Stalin, who's still around. Now, I reckon we are probably going to keep Trotsky around, as funny as it is to potentially get Stalin and kind of do a reverse of what is vanilla hoi foi if you go for the Trotskyite path. But I mean, come on, look at that focus right there. It's cooling to me. Oh, and something that happened that I didn't think would be over that quickly is the British start fighting the Indians for the independence, and it looks like it didn't go too well for the British, as they have pieced out. I mean, just in general, it doesn't look like it's going too well for the British anyway. They've lost all of their Central African stuff over here, and and South Africa. Yeah, they've also lost their grip on Egypt as well. They're independent, and the Suez is actually a international zone, so ain't looking too pretty currently. Okay, so currently we are searching all over our country for Stalin, and guess what? He's not in Turkestan. Minus 50 political power. Thank you, Stalin. Oh. Who'd have thought? He's in Georgia. The funniest thing about this that's currently happening is the fact the Ottomans own essentially all of Turkey, and Turkey owns all of the Ottomans. I have noticed as well, I think the UK is, yep, they are going towards the revolution. Good news for us, bad news for everybody else. That's not us. Oh. I don't know about that one. I guess you win some, you lose some. How did this come about? Right, Stalin, who'd have thought that you were down in Georgia? I'll be taking care of this. And noticing a lot of interesting stuff happening right on our border with our Russian counterpart. Something that I'm not too sure I like the look of. Oh, damn. Okay, it's looking like the Germans as well. Everyone is, you know, in a world where people are trying to stop the radicalism, appearing to go very radical. Except the Japanese, apparently. They've gone democratic. Now, with everyone kind of already going the ways that they are, it is making me think that maybe I should start making some moves. So first things first, we're going to reclaim the East fully here, because the Japanese, I believe, did have these guys as a puppet when they went democratic. They broke free, so free land for me. All right, perfect. We've re-seized all of this land. The Japanese do still hold Vladivostok, but, you know, we'll come to terms with them later. We got more important things to look at right now. And I guess kind of importantly, there was a whole bunch of dockyards over here that we can use as well now to either build convoys, or we should probably build some semblance of a navy. We're not done there though, because we also just got ourselves a goal on Turkestan down here, and getting that flank secured is going to be very important for us. Now, the British have also joined us in our righteous course and begun their decolonization. Actually, I think I've missed that. They've fully decolonized already and also become slightly pinker. You know, that's good news for us. Another imperialist power in the dirt, those filthy heathens. Anyway, back to invading Turkestan. Okay, Turkestan controlled, and now that leaves the Cossacks open completely for us to invade. Okay, the lines are fully broken on the Cossack front, which is pretty good. We have to wait a little bit there to get the supply up because we got no damn supply anywhere. Now, with our capture of the Caucasus, I'm not too sure we're actually ready to fight the Russians right here straight on. But the longer we wait, the more powerful they're going to get, and our position will just get worse. So I am just going to start it, because we do get a decision which will launch a revolution in them, which hopefully might give us the edge. Now, the Germans have also pivoted in a direction that isn't particularly how we wanted them to go. They've got one heck of an alliance going on that I don't think anyone really saw coming. Okay, we have launched our invasion of the Russians. The civil war has kicked off. Hopefully that will keep them busy enough that we can just push on in. They did launch a revolt in Mongolia though, so I'm going to have to quickly go deal with that. Well, things are going pretty well, but if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you may notice something a bit strange about the front line here. That's a funny little Russian flag. Yeah, the Russians joined the Italians. So I noticed these guys down in the Middle East are also fighting the Italians and stuff, so I've just joined the Turkish faction here just to make things a bit easier. I keep getting this pop-up, and I'm not entirely sure how Turkey is supposed to be declaring on me. What? I'm on your side, in your faction. Okay, I guess the worst part here is we are not done. We're going to have to figure out how to get down to Italy now. This one's going to be a bit of a Hail Mary. I'm not too sure if we're going to get too far here, but I do have a naval invasion planned, and we don't have much of a fleet right now. We got a port, and I'm going to build more behind me, but it didn't go too well, considering there were just a ton of Italians just waiting for us here. Oh, and I think there goes the fleet. You guys were a little bit too late, though. I managed to sneak on in. I don't know what is going to happen after this, by the way. There are so many different wars going on between all the factions in the world. I don't even know where to begin, so I'm not going to think about it right now. Well, that certainly went on longer than I expected it to, but the Russians have finally been reunited. Okay, now we are finally at peace. I did inch out the Turks on the peace deal there and did not let them take a single thing, because I still keep getting that event where it's saying they're prepared to go to war with me. So just in case, I have assumed faction leadership and I'm ready to kick them at a moment's notice. Okay, this is driving me insane. It just keeps popping up. Hold on. I am so done with this popping up. Oh, I was gonna release them, but I can't. Okay, oopsie daisy. But yeah, that was really annoying. It didn't even solve it. The event just popped up again. I'm playing. Rumors coming from Turkey. So the Balkan Pact is... I am the Balkan Pact. The Turkey don't exist. The other thing, they're not even the Balkan Pact, because the Balkan Pact... they got destroyed. Yeah, I think everything in this mod is a little broken in places. Just a little bit. We do have the Balkan Entente, which is just India and what's left of Greece down here. Oh, wait, no, it's also Sweden. Where the hell's Sweden at? Sweden? Oh, Sweden. Well, the Germans just destroyed the British. Not great. They're looking a bit too powerful, in my opinion. Well, I was about to do the same thing, but I guess you've beaten me to the punch. Now, the Germans have been at it non-stop, so I'm really hoping that they are tired. Thankfully, the Germans have just been running into my front line non-stop, and look at those casualties already. The Americans also turned up for the fun time. Which means I reckon we're probably going to be able to get the Germans down pretty easy. If not bothered calling my faction in, because I do feel like there'll be nothing but a detriment, as most factions usually are. But we do get a whole bunch of decisions to coup a whole bunch of nations over here, and I've already done it to the Ukrainians as well, so maybe we could get them in at some point, but for now I don't think we will. And now our official push is beginning, and we are just rolling over them. They are just getting annihilated from the sky. We did go ahead and rebuild a navy up as well, so if their fleet does come out, we can go in on that. We did steal the Italian one as well, but it is well, it's just going to stay in the Black Sea because I can't get it over because they took Denmark. We are just completely rolling over them now. Look at that encirclement. If only there was a platform I could take a photo of this and post it up. Okay, so I've been waiting until I was at the gates over here to hit one more little decision that I have, which is trigger the communist revolution in Bavaria. Hopefully that'll throw a bit of a spanner in the works for the Germans there. I think they've spawned with no troops, so maybe not. Wait, no, they definitely have troops. Not a lot of them, but maybe just enough to disrupt the front lines there. Okay, we've officially called the faction in because I want to get the last blow on the Germans here, and I needed to take my other army off the Finnish front, which has now been replaced by the goons up here. And it looks like they're having a lot of fun. Ooh, there we go. Germans finally down. Of course, this doesn't mean peace. Still somehow got to deal with the Americans, which I'm not too sure about that one. Well, I didn't realize the US still alive, just hanging out in the Pacific. Capital ain't even Hawaii, it's Wake Island. Oh damn, Uncle Sam is back in America. Unless you consider the Confederates to be Uncle Sam. I think that's the uncle that drinks a bit too much, though. I mean, if the Confederates are busy down there, though, surely I'm going to be able to sneak in over here. Question, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if the US is still a thing, what the hell's Japan been doing this entire time? I guess they've been stuck fighting the Germans as well, but they haven't really accomplished too much. They did go ahead and take out a part of China, which are good for you guys, I guess. Oh, the UK is also still a thing, and they're in a faction with the Republic of Jiangnan. What on earth is going on in this world? Oh damn, okay, literally was too impressed by the Republic of Jiangnan and the United Kingdom's alliance. I didn't realize we just completely landed unopposed. I'm just gonna make sure, okay, don't look at those casualties, that we are in fact completely safe if we capitulate these guys, which we are. Okay, rest of the army has made it across. We've also been decking on their navy, like, pretty easily. So I reckon we are completely clear now to control the seas and soon the land. I mean, they're really not putting up too much of a fight here. They still have quite a few troops, actually, but I imagine they're not in great strength, probably a bit stretched if I'm looking at these 11 million casualties. Yeah, and if you're wondering, the event still pops up every damn day. Every damn day. It's like once a month. I've just gotten so used to clicking on it now that I don't even see it, which is kind of good. It was a bit crazy that the US actually somehow made it back, unless I didn't see that they own stuff over here. I'm really not too sure where they came from, but it could possibly be that it's not even American forces per se. It's probably just like Japanese, I imagine. Sadly, I can't get a attaché in them to see, but I'm imagining it was probably the Japanese that managed to do that. Yeah, my suspicions have been proved correct. It is all just Japanese troops, which, yeah, definitely not as cool as Roosevelt rolling back onto the beaches. All right, bad news, Confederates. Your last stand against the Soviets is in LA. I think at this point, they may just prefer jumping into the sea. I was about to say that would be all for the American dream, but, I forgot the US technically is still a thing, but they are counted as a defeated nation, so we could just help ourselves to Roosevelt's wheelchair ramp. There is so much stuff to take in Europe at the same time. You know, I am actually going to have to ignore most of America for now, just to make sure I get all this. Japan is trying their darndest, but they will not take Württemberg from me. There we go. I mean, I didn't bother doing any puppets or anything, but oh, that looks so bad. Yeah, you can't really get too much of a beautiful piece deal there. But, you know, map painters, we can't win. every time. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it off there, though. It's 1948. That was one hell of a journey to get a capitulation going there on that. But yeah, fun little mod. I'm still not entirely sure if I've played this before. They do claim I have. I don't know what video is. Maybe someone down below can let me know what video that is, because I have no idea. When you've made like 900 plus Hoi 4 videos on mods that are the same concept, because there's a lot of mods about who wins World War One and who doesn't. Forgive me, but I forget. But anyway, it's good to see that the mod is back in active development if they had paused it for whatever reason, and it does look pretty promising. Obviously, I played one of the original nations, not the ones they have worked on since, which is in Iberia. Not too sure why they're working on that when they could be working on the rest of the world, but whatever. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below. Go support them, have a little look yourself, and let me know what you think if you've played the mod already. But until next time, my little Timothy's, go eat your gravy.